First John chapter 3 verse 2. Beloved, we are God's children now, and what we will be has not yet appeared. But we know that when he appears, we shall be like him, because we shall see him as he is. Okay, this is referring to what we call eschatology. Eschatology, which means the study of the end times. And so John is looking forward. There is a phrase that we often use, and I've used it many times with you already, but not yet. And we see that in so many elements of theology, but we see it very clearly here, the already, but the not yet. John says, Beloved, we are God's children now. Now we are God's children. That's the already. Okay. And what we will be has not yet appeared. And so there is a sense here in this understanding of the coming of Christ and what happens to believers. There's a sense in the already and the not yet. There's something already. We are already part of God's family, but there is still yet more to come. And so there's also a sense of knowledge here of what we know and don't know. So we know that we are God's children now, okay, but we don't know what we will be when He comes. Notice the future tense of will be. This is future. This is pointing us to the future, and this is something that we don't know. We simply don't know, and to speculate and to guess is not helpful. To try to figure it out is not helpful. John's not putting his attention there. John's putting his attention to what we do know. He says here, we do know that when he appears, so there is certainty that he is coming. It's not an if, it's a when. We do know that when he appears, this is again second coming. When Jesus comes again, when he appears, we do know that we shall be like him. That's what matters. Doesn't really matter what we're going to be like, except that we're going to be like him. There is maybe some argument on how this happens. That doesn't matter either. John's not pointing us to the how; he's pointing us to the what. He's not pointing us to the how; he's pointing us to the what. And so he's saying, "Look, this is what's going to happen. We're going to be like him. How that happens, it's not relevant at this point. The fact is, we are going to be like Jesus, and we are going to see him. We're going to see him as he is. We're going to see the resurrected Lord Jesus, and what a glorious moment that's going to be. In fact, let me go and point this out for you. When we think about salvation, we think about salvation in three tenses. Okay, so we think of past, present, and we think of future. And the way that we understand those is justification. On the day that I got saved, I was justified before the Lord. So there was a day in my history when I was declared just, and so I was declared just before the Lord. But I am presently being sanctified. And so we see justification, sanctification, justified, sanctified. This is me becoming more and more like Christ day by day. But there is a future sense of salvation too, and that future tense is what we call glorification. And so there is a day that I am going to be glorified, sanctified, glorified. Of course, the first one was justified. So past, present, and future. Justified, sanctified, glorified. I am going to be glorified, and this is it right here in chapter 3, verse 2. But we know that when he appears, we shall be like him, because we shall see him as he is, and that is the day of glorification, when I see Jesus face to face. I think about the old hymn, and I'll leave you with this. I think about the old hymn, There is Coming a Day. Go back and think through that. There is coming a day when my Jesus I shall see. When he takes me by the hand and leads me through the promised land, there is coming a day. There is coming a day. Sing that old hymn. I sing it very often, and I look forward to that day. Church, we have great reason to look forward to the coming of Jesus.